All right, Dr. Dear, what stood out to you the first time our paths crossed?
uh, your energy and your authenticity and your the way you connected people from across the world, as if the world was like one small space and you're trying to connect all like-minded people together to create a better world. That was huge for me.
Thank you. What stood out to me was how curious and open you were. Because you were so we met in Minneapolis at the American Psychological Association convention. You'd just given this brilliant talk as part of a panel, and I just remember seeing you looking around and being so open to people
Wow.
and new experiences and ideas, and it just you had this beautiful, welcoming energy, and it's impossible to not be drawn to you, to be drawn to
Wow.
that.
Ooh, thanks.
So, you have a very impressive LinkedIn profile. But beyond that, what's something that you want people to know about you that they wouldn't read on your profile?
Wow, that's something. So yeah, so I think this is my own life story, which is of a woman who is so behind that, degrees and impressive things that we show to the world is a woman who is actually trying to kind of is very passionate about certain things about my students, about mental well-being, trying to create a psychological safe space, but at the same time also a mother who is trying to kind of some answers, because children are struggling and etc. And also a wife who's trying to kind of see if I could just make our relationship better. But yeah, so a lot of things are going on. So there's behind the scenes, and when I go around telling the world that this is what you should do and this is what you should do, and I come back and ask myself, I look into the mirror and say, "My God, you're not doing half the things that you're telling the world to do as a woman, right? As courageous and let go and forget the world and just be on your own terms." We say that, but I think we're conditioned in a certain different way. So I wish I could be that free. I'm actually a very free flowing person, and I could just travel around the world and make the world a better place with people like you. But yeah, behind the scenes, yeah, I have my struggles. I have my constraints that the world doesn't see, but they're there.
Mm, I feel that. What's something, whether it's a book or it's an idea or it's a piece of advice that's really shaping your thinking lately?
I've been really thinking of two or three things, of course, and again, say safe spaces, etc. About this designing your life, about possibilities, hope, optimism. I'm really drawn towards positive psychology, and I really believe there's a lot there that we could do. We are not really kind of leveraging so much on that. If you could have more workshops, more work done on positive psychology, even designing your life is based on positive psychology. Many of the work that I do on my leadership and personal growth labs about possibilities, about optimism, about saying that, okay, I'm not going to worry about my developmental areas or my weaknesses, but leverage on my strengths. So I always remember this article by Peter Drucker, right? Managing oneself. And he says you will always, put yourself in that situation where you can make the maximum contribution. So leverage from your strengths. I think that's a piece that the world is not telling. We're focusing on everybody's weak points, and then nothing is happening really. Everybody's feeling hopeless. So if you were focusing on everybody's strengths, I think we could make a better place. Wow, I think that's a wonderful idea we can work on. Just meet anybody and say, this is your strength. Hmm. And of course, this AI piece is really kind of getting me. I mean, I get fascinated. But then first I got really fascinated about it, Liz. But now when I get so much of data and some of my students and somebody, my TAs, right, that pick up from ChatGPT and push it onto me and say, okay, oh, we've got something and you can just push out from there. I find it so like a machine talking. There's no softness in that language. There's no I don't know. I find it sometimes really crazy. It's like I can't connect with what's written there, right? It's like big funda number names and numbers and data and everything, but there's no humanness around there. So I think yeah, that's why positive psychology, Martin Seligman. I'm also getting drawn a lot into our this I told you about the Gurukul system in India, where we did talk about the three R's
Mhm.
that Alina is talking about today. Yeah, so those are my areas that I'm
Mhm.
really working on.
What's a project that you're really excited about working on right now?
Right now, I'm in all many places, so I don't know how do I get the intersection together. So yes, I think my strength lies in leadership labs where we can create a space where people can experiment with their thoughts and feelings and decode their lives, and actually in this period of 1 hour, 1 day or 2 days, actually see a transformation in themselves. Okay.
Mm.
So create that space, nurture that spaces, bonds where people like, whether they're 10, 20, 30, 200, but they all get together online or offline, but create that swift trust, create those relational skills, create that trust within a period of time. Like you and I have met only once, but that bond that got created is like, it could go on for a lifetime, right? Those are the kind of things that I want to create in that short span of time. How do you do that? And I think I've kind of, I'm not sure, but I think I cracked the way that gets done. Because when I take the students out for a personal growth lab, or I take some students corporate world into a leadership lab, I do see that change happening. I do see them through their shared and lived experiences. They start and they tell me that, suddenly the energy in the room has shifted from that professional, always, putting on a facade, saying all is good, to a space where they actually start sharing their vulnerabilities, embracing their vulnerabilities. And that's huge. That's huge. Like if it can happen in a day, I think, wow. So I think I've got the match, the formula, but I don't know how to kind of, I think that's where I should work on, Liz. I think I've got the formula of how it can happen so far. The world is struggling. Organizations struggling to get that swift trust done and how to, create those bonds. And yeah, I think I don't know how to kind of, yeah. Actually, when I'm talking to you, I
Mm.
think that's the piece that I should work on. It's like suddenly there's a shift in energy in the room from a person and you and I talking on that, because you are a very wonderful human being yourself. And so we just connected, right? But majority of the people you don't connect because they have this facade saying, oh, all okay, everything's fine, all good, etc., etc. But behind them, they are this like struggling with their lives. So I kind of, in that short period of time, say if I start in the morning at 9, by lunchtime, everybody's sharing about their lives, about their wives, and about their husbands and spouses and breakups and everything. And when I keep telling them, please share something about your professional lives, they move far away from the professional lives and gone into their personal lives. And they're feeling so safe about it. I think that's the thing that I want to work on. Yeah. How do I work on it? I don't know. But yeah. Hey, thanks, Liz. This is like magic.
I'm no doubt you are going to find it because what you just described is, I think, the gift you bring to the world. I mean, I certainly felt it just as you said, we've only met in person once.
Yeah.
And but the spark that you carry, I mean, it's incredible. And I would say like we have enough connection for multiple lifetimes. So I don't see it going anywhere anytime
Yeah, I
soon.
think so.
Who do you want to be talking to right now?
But yeah, there are these people out there. The persona is of a person who cares, who's empathetic, and has a purpose higher than just a 9 to 5 job and I want my money and I want a house, but something which is a higher purpose that they're living for. Like, say for you, you were doing Save Kids, right? Remember
Hmm.
that when I first met you? You're the same. So, although people may say, oh, you've changed. No, you've not. You're the same space, larger space of creating a safe space. Right now, you're saying, okay, let's verify your data. Are you sure you're reading the right data? Okay, there again you were talking about kids, like when they see, how do you check? Everywhere you've gone there. It's just, you're trying to create a more meaningful, safer space. And safety is not coming from wars happening, right? It's about more subtle things that touch you much more deeper into your soul than those wars that happen outside. Okay, Ukraine and etc., etc., that's happening like there. But in our own lives there's so much wars happening right at the moment. And so if you can create, so I want to be those kind of people in my life. No matter what the age is, it's not about age. I'm not looking at age. But man or woman who has this persona of wanting to do something higher than themselves. So they already
Hmm.
have a subordinate goal in their head. Now, whether they reach that goal or not, I don't know. They are trying. Everybody's struggling. But we all have the same space. We want to make a better world. Use our experience, knowledge, qualifications, whatever, for not just the simple routine task of research and teaching, but make it like So I'm a teacher, right? I'm a professor. I teach, I research, I counsel. And I also don't want to get into one to one counseling so much, but create something bigger. So it's like larger, where larger set of people can be embraced or enveloped into that project.
Dr. Lata Dhir, you are a gift. And I am
Oh,
so appreciative of you. And thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you for taking the time to answer the question. And I hope
Huge.
we bless you in return
Yes.
because that's what you bring.
Thank you.